Metal should not be
bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no legal welds.
How would I know if they were loose?
They're shiny.
Or shiny metal.
Thread or streaks. Good. Then I'm going to go to my what?
Seal.
Of oil seal. Now securely with what?
Nuts and bolts.
Bolts. Metal should not be what?
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no legal welds.
And if it's untied, I should see no
Leaks.
No leaks. What's this outer piece right here?
Outer seal. Rubber seal.
What is it made of?
Rubber.
What should not be what?
Worn, torn, frayed, or missing.
And if it's on good and it's good, I should see no
leaks.
Good. We just did part A. So then from here I would move to
Part B.
my coupling system. Then from the coupling system I go to the end cap. All together would add up to 47 points. If I miss more than 12, that's a fail. Don't just come up and give me the parts list. This is my lug nuts and bolts, they're present and tight. This is my rim. My tires are no evenly worn. 430 seconds, 100 psi. I ain't told them that.
Do that.
I haven't told them that. Okay? Tell them what you're inspecting each part for. Each part. Okay? You can keep all the things together that's tied together, like all of my suspension or my steering. As long as they're that part, I would tie them all in together. Okay? Now we're going to go on to part B.
Part B.
And as you see, we're going to start repeating once again over and over. What is this?
Marker light.
Turning signal.
Take a turn signal.
Four-way flasher.
Flashers. That's
Signal
more like
lights.
this.
Signal light, four-way flashers.
Signal lights, yes.
Signal lights.
It's not a blinker. Trucks don't blink.
Trucks
We
don't
blink.
We blink.
Animals blink.
Oh, okay.
Signal.
light.
Turn signal, forward flasher, marker light.
Okay.
Mounted and
Secure.
What color is it?
Amber.
Is it reflective?
Yes.
The lens should not be.
Cracked, broken, or missing. And no condensation
No
inside.
Which means if there's no condensation, my lens
Bulb should be working.
Like I said, same thing you just told me about
That one.
this one. And the same thing you would tell me about the one in the middle of my trailer. When it's hooked up, I'm going to be doing the same thing. Okay? Then I'm going to go to the next one. What is this?
Mirror.
Mirror bracket?
Bracket.
Mirror bracket. Mounted to the
Door.
with what?
Nuts and bolts.
Okay, what am I expect the bracket to be?
Cracked.
Yeah, not broken, not cracked, damaged,
Yeah.
or missing.
Weathered.
Good. It's doing its job holding what in place?
The mirror.
So then I'm going to tell them about my mirror and my windows. Glass is clean, not broken, cracked, and no illegal stickers.
Blocking my vision.
Good. What is it attached to?
Door.
What am I going to inspect the door for?
Holes and dents.
Major dents, no holes, no rust. And then I go to my
Door handle.
Do I have to open and close it?
Yes.
So I will open and close it. Open and close it. Come on back here. Come on back this way. When I open the door, what is the door attached to? The frame. With what? Hinges. What keeps them in place?
Bolts and nuts.
Putting it all of them. Once again, metal should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no illegal welds.
Okay, what is this?
Seal.
Outer seal. Outer seal. Weather and outer seal.
Outer weather seal and inner
weather seal.
mounted and
Secure.
Rubber should not be.
Worn, torn, frayed, or missing.
Did we forget that last time?
Yeah, we did.
Ah.
It's okay. We're getting it recorded this
What is this?
Stairs.
Step should be mounted and
Secured.
with
Nuts and bolts.
to the
Frame.
What are they made of?
Metal.
Should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked,
missing, and no illegal welds. And free of debris.
And free of debris.
Like what?
Like oil, fuel, ice,
gravel.
snow,
Slick, right?
slick.
Yeah.
Anything.
Gravel too.
Okay, so before I move from here, close the door during the test, I'm going to pop that door open so when I get to it, I can tell them about it so I don't have to come back here and pop it. Right now, just going to pop it, leave it like that, okay? Turn my lights off right here. Key. All right, then I'm going to go to this bad boy. What is that?
Fuel tank.
Fuel tank.
Mounted to the frame with
Straps.
rubber
Metal straps.
two metal straps. Remember what the test says. I got to point that, right? That strap and that strap are mounted to the frame with
Nuts and bolts.
And point to it back there, nuts and bolts. Okay, so I'm talking about the fuel, the straps, and then what is this?
Fuel cap.
Fuel cap. What are they all made of?
Metal.
Should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
Good. Can we have metal to metal?
No.
In between, I got rubber lining there. That one. But then inside my fuel cap is a rubber seal. Rubber, once again, should not be what?
Worn, torn, frayed, or missing.
Okay, and if it's on, and if it's good, I should see no leaks. No leaks. How does fuel get from place to place?
Hoses.
Look down here, tell them how hoses. At both ends at the coupling, it's tight, and I see no leaks. What travels through that hose? Fluid, so no
Breakages,
bulges,
cuts,
no leaks. There we go. All right, going to the next one. This is part of my end cap, but once test says I got to point at it, right? Once you see that guy give you the point, you got it. You ain't got to worry about cleaning it up. But if you want to repeat it in there, you can. Say, I already told you about my safety equipment, and you can repeat it if you want. Okay? So what? Right? Come on back here. I'm going to open the door and tell him this is my what?
Fire extinguisher.
It is a 10
BC.
fully
Charged.
What stops it from discharging?
Safety pin.
Should be mounted and secure so it doesn't roll around. And the inspection sticker should be up to date and in place. In this box I have
My three reflector emergency triangle.
3 emergency triangles. Color is amber with red reflectors. All 3 are present and in good working order. And I have my spare
Fuses and breakers.
There you
We
go.
have to say spare.
Spare. Fuses and breakers.
Good. All right. Then I'm going to go on to the next one. Moving on back this way. Over here is my
Steps.
that lead to my
Catwalk.
that are attached to my
Frame.
What keeps the 2 sides of the frame together?
Cross member.
Cross members. They're attached with all my
Bolts and bolts.
And I pointed all that I can see. All of them things are made of what?
Metal.
Should not be
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
free of any road debris like
Dirt, oil,
gravel,
Oil.
garbage.
anything slick.
Anything
Snow,
slick.
ice, grease, oil, fuel. Good. Can I carry anything on here?
No.
No.
Should not. You'll see some guys with
They
their milk
do.
boxes, putting stuff in there. As soon as they get pulled into that port of entry, they're going to give them a big ticket and tell them to get the heck out. Okay? So once I'm done telling you about this, I'm going to go and tell you about this
Drive shaft.
Drive shaft.
At both ends, I got what? New joints. I got no road debris stuck in between there. I got no leaks there or in this joint back here. Metal should not be
Bent, broken, cracked, missing,
no illegal welds, and not twisted.
twisted. Then I'm going to tell you about my exhaust. My exhaust motor is U-bolts attached to the bracket. Bracket is attached to the frame with nuts and bolts. All of them parts are made of
Metal.
should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
And that exhaust should have no leaks.
No leaks.
The engine, that's where all the soot should come out. You should have no soot anywhere else.
Do we mention the soot
If you want to, you can just tell them no. Good. Then I got 2 torque arms. Okay, one here, one behind my fifth wheel. Mounted securely to the
frame
and the differential with
Bolts.
bolt. All of them things are made of
Metal.
We go again. Now what?
Bent, broken, cracked, missing. Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
Good. Can we have metal or metal?
No.
So in between we got bushings. Rubber should not be wet.
Worn, torn, frayed, or missing.
Good. Then I'm going to go to this thing. What is this?
Splash guard.
Mounted to the bracket with a clamp. Nuts and bolts. I got the proper
Width and height.
not touching the
Not
tires,
touching the
not
tires.
touching the ground. All right, on out to the next one. Now, this is exactly like we had up front, except for it looks a little different. Looks like an elephant head, but it's the same thing. This is my what?
Spring mount.
Spring mount is mounted to the
Frame.
with
Nuts and bolts.
top and
Bottom.
This is my
Control
Control arm.
slash leaf
Leaf
spring.
spring.
Some people want to call it leaf spring.
Leaf spring.
I would give them the point. It doesn't matter because this is a leaf spring mount, right?
Right.
So, if this is a leaf spring mount, why ain't that a leaf spring instead of a control arm?
That's what
Why
I
ain't
would
this
call
called a
it.
control arm mount?
Yeah.
I've never figured that out, but okay. That's what they want you to call it. That's what I'm going to call it. Control arm. Then at this point here, that's where you're going to have to get up underneath the truck and trailer. Some people like to stand out here and play around. Unless you know where all the parts are, I would get under here. Practice, practice, practice. This is where you're gonna have to come under into the truck and trailer. Like I said, us older people, tall people, heavy people, unless you're young and you're a short little midget, you ain't gonna like this part, okay? Because then I'm gonna tell them how that leaf spring is, or control arm is held in place by this what?
U-bolt.
U-bolts. What keeps the U-bolts in place?
Nuts.
Nuts. Good. What's this?
Shock absorber.
Just like in front, right?
Right.
It's mounted with
Nuts and bolts.
Top and
Top and bottom.
plus the bracket to the
frame.
Then one more part we didn't have in front is my
Airbag.
Airbag.
It's mounted to the frame
To the
with
frame. Nuts and bolts.
top
And bottom.
And bottom.
All of them parts I just mentioned to you are made of
Metal.
should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
That shock absorber should not be
Leaking.
damaged and or leaking. Can we have metal and metal?
No.
So in between we got
Bushings.
top
And bottom.
front mount, rear mount. Rubber should not be
Worn, torn, frayed, missing.
good. What's inside that?
Air.
So no
Bulges,
Bulges, cuts, or leaks.
Abrasions,
Bulges, cuts, or leaks.
ABC. Not Michael Jackson, but ABC. Yes. Abrasions, bulges, cuts, no leaks. Yes. Then once I'm done with that, guys, listen. When I'm done with the suspension, I've only got one thing to talk about inside, and that's my brake chamber. Okay? I can't see that one because I'm going to be literally down like this. Okay? But I can see this one on this side. Because of the differential here, I won't be able to see that one very well. So I'm going to tell them about this one. Brake chambers mounted and
Secure.
with
Nuts and bolts.
top and
Bond.
bottom.
plus these two C-clamps. They're attached to this bracket. All of them things are made of what?
Metal.
Should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or illegal welds.
That chamber's got air inside, so I should
Leaking.
not damaged and or leaking. How does air get from place to place?
Through the
Brake
lines.
at both couplings at each end, tight, and here no
Leaking.
What travels through this line?
Air.
So no
Abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and leaking.
What is this part? Slack adjuster. What's it attached to?
The push rod.
with a
Clevis pin.
Clevis pin and a cotter pin.
cotter pin. Okay? What are they made of?
Metal.
Should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no illegal welds.
When set, my slack adjuster sits at a
90-degree angle.
when released, I got no more than
1 inch of play
on my
on the push rod.
Push rod.
good. Then from there, like I said, I'm going to come down to these two things. What are these?
Reflectors.
Mounted and
Secured.
What color are they?
Red.
They're not
Bent,
Broken or missing.
broken, cracked, or missing. Good. What is this?
reverse slide.
Reverse light should be mounted and
Secure.
Okay, to the frame, right? What color is it?
Clear or
Clear
white.
white.
The lens should not be.
Cracked or broken or missing.
Know what inside?
No
That means
condensation.
that my light bulb should be.
Working.
Then these things that are flashing at me, just kind of like my marker lights, except for they're in the back of my truck, so they must be my
Tail lights.
They're flashing at me just like my marker lights, so they're also a
Signal light.
and a four-way flashing, but they got one more function.
Brake
Because
light.
without the trailer, people ain't gonna know if I'm stopping. So there it is, 4 functions. Mounted and
Secured.
to the frame with these rivets or bolts. Color,
Red.
reflective.
Yes.
The lens is not.
Cracked or broken or missing.
Know what inside? Which
Condensation.
means that my light bulb should
Should be
be.
working.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not gonna want, once I get out of here, I don't want to come back under here again. So
No.
I'm gonna start telling them about my coupling system. What is these?
Fifth wheel skid plate.
What sits on top of that fifth wheel skid plate?
The apron of the
What hangs
trailer.
straight down from the apron
The kingpin.
at a 90-degree angle. What keeps that from coming back out?
Locking
Lock
jaws.
Locking jaw. What are they all made of?
Metal.
Metal shouldn't be
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no illegal welds.
good. That fifth wheel should be properly
Grease.
and no
Gap.
between it and,
And
the
the apron.
And the apron.
Good. Now I can start working my way the hell out of here. Down here is inside is my what?
Line.
Oh, your brake line.
lining should not be worn.
Dangerously thin.
The lining or pad should not be
Cracked, broken, or missing.
good, and no road debris like
Grease, oil,
or
dirt.
gravel between it and the brake
Drum.
See, them 3 things are the things that cause fires.
Yeah.
We've had a rash of fires this past summer, which is why they tell us to especially make sure you guys look down there. If you see anything wet, something's wrong.
Right.
There's grease, oil, or gravel. If you're hearing some kind of You got gravel,
Gravel
between
in
it
there.
and that can cause a fire.
So how do you, like, let's say there's like gravel or grease between the lining
Release the
and
brakes,
shooting.
chop your tires, get up under there and see if you can get it out of there. Don't run yourself over, because that'd be a hell of a headlight. Okay? Then from here, I'm going to go to my rim. I got the inner bead in between my bud spacing and my outer bead, and my rims. Metal should not be what?
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no legal welds.
And no what?
And no
No
leaks.
leaks
leaks.
and no.
Because if this bead is bent or the rim is cracked, I'd hear a leak. Then from there, I'm going to tell you about my tires. I'm going to inspect the inside wall, tops of my tires, in between my bud spacing, my outer wall. There's air inside, so there's no
Abrasions,
Bulges, cuts,
or
leaks.
Okay, tops of my tires have even what?
Even wear.
No less than
2 30 seconds.
2 30 seconds. Inflation is,
100% CSI.
Old manufacturers.
and I check them with what?
Air gauge.
On
On the valve
stems.
Stems.
Which are where?
Metal should not be what?
There they are. Broken, cracked, missing,
No illegal well.
and the cap is
So I'm
secured.
tight and I have no
leaks.
Good.
No leaks.
What
and
should
the-
not be? What's this part called here?
Bud
space.
space.
Bud space.
Bud spacing. Budweiser or
Yes.
Bud.
Bud.
Okay. Either one's gonna make you happy. So there's no what stuck in between,
No debris.
No debris.
and my rim should be
Sealed.
Flush.
Flush.
yep, budded. Okay. What is this?
Mud flap.
Okay. Mud flap should be mounted and
Secured.
with this bracket, which is attached to the frame and nuts and bolts. Okay. Got the proper proper width,
DOT
proper width,
Width,
proper
length,
length, not touching.
not touching the wheels or the ground.
What is this?
DOT tape.
It is.
Present.
Guess what? Then my knees are gonna be so happy because you finally get out of here, but they're gonna be hurting like crazy when you finally do come all out. Okay. So, some genius put these freaking caps on so we can't really see them. So we'll use Andy's truck. So my rim is attached to what? A hub or an axle?
Axle.
Axle, because they got a true axle that turns in between. Okay. So it's attached to my axle with what?
Lug nuts.
Lug nuts and bolts. Present and
Secure.
Good. Metal should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal
How will
welds.
I know if they were loose?
Shiny
threads.
Good. What is this?
the seal.
Axle seal.
Axle seal.
Axle seal.
Mounted and
Secured.
with
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts.
As you see, I'm pointing at all of them. They're all present and tight.
Tight
They're
and
metal,
then-
so they should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked,
No legal wells and no leaks.
and no
So tight
leaks.
and I have no leaks. Good. All right. So
That
then
we're gonna
move
do
on.
the outer axle cover, this outer axle seal.
No, this
No,
one don't have one.
this one
back in
doesn't
front.
have one,
It's
okay.
just the whole seal itself.
Okay,
Okay.
EJ, here.
All right. So once I'm done with that, telling you about that, I just finished part B, but I still got to continue with the coupling because I started to tell you when I told you about the fifth wheel, apron, kingpin, and lockjaw. Okay. So I'm going to go up here to my truck tractor protection valve. It's mounted to the frame with
Nuts and bolts.
metal should not be
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no illegal.
air inside. Air insides are actually here. No.
Can't hear it.
Good. Red line is my
Emergency.
blue
Service.
At the coupling, it's tight, and I hear no
leaks.
What travels through these lines?
Air.
So no
Abrasions, bulges, or cracks.
Then they go to my glad hands. They'll be attached to my trailer. At the glad hands, at the couplings, they're tight, and I should hear no
leaking.
In between my glad hands, I have rubber grommets.
Grommets.
Rubber should not be
Worn, torn, frayed, or missing.
no leaks.
Leaking.
Good. Once I'm done with that bad boy, I'm going to go directly to my electrical cord. At each end, how many pins in each socket?
7.
They should not be
Bent, broken, or missing.
Good. What keeps them lines in place? Safety latch on each end. What travels through this green line?
Electricity.
Electrical lines, right? So they should not be cut,
frayed,
no
no
bare
exposed
wires,
wires,
not rubbing on the or the frame. Good. Now I'm going to move on to the last part of my coupling system. What is this? Release arm. Release arm. It should be fully
Engaged.
engaged. It's attached to my fifth
Fifth
wheel.
wheel.
Now
To
we
the
said
skid
we
plate?
can't have no, yes, fifth wheel skid plate.
Okay.
It's have no holes on the top
In the
or the
frame.
bottom of the frame, so it's got to sit on top of this
Bracket.
Platform is then sitting on this L bracket, upside down L bracket. It's attached to my frame with all of my
Mounting bolts.
all my mounting bolts and nuts. Good. And these are my two.
Locking
They're
pins.
fully
Engaged.
All of them parts are made of
Metal.
Should not be
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
Good. Now, when set, you don't have to say this, but when set, these pins are set at the proper. I should have a proper clearance of 3 feet.
3 feet.
0, and 3. So, right there where that wooden thing sits, there's usually your engine. Your
Motor for the refrigerator, yeah.
So you should have 3 feet between the cab and that. No feet here because you don't want no gap. And 3 feet behind my mud flap and my landing gear. 303. Okay? And that's your coupling system. All right. Now you couldn't see my light, but if you look over there to that trailer over there, you got a clearance light on top, both sides. Some of them have both. Some of them only have the one on the side. Some of them have just the one in the front. Depends on the type of trailer that you're pulling, whether it be utility, Wabash, or Great Dane. And all different years. It depends on where they put the landing gear crank, either on this side or that side. Some of them have them on the other opposite side. So now we're going to go on to part
C.
C. So we just got to doing part B. We did the coupling system. Once again, we would have to go through the with part A. Okay? Now we're going to do part C. Now guys, if you get part B, don't freak. Everything that you're telling me about is the same over and over.
You mean on the test we'll only be doing either A or B or C? We're not doing A, B, and C?
No.
Oh my
You're only
God,
going
that
to
just
do
made everything
A,
easier.
B, or C, or if you get lucky enough to get D, it's everything.
That's everything.
What we're doing right now.
Okay.
That's what we're doing right now.
All right.
Okay? You're just going from front to back, but you keep repeating the same phrases over and over. All you got to do is point at the part you're talking about, what it's mounted with, and to what it's made of, what you're going to expect it for. What is this called right here, guys? What is this?
That is your
You can't see very well.
slack adjuster.
What's attached to it?
Push rod.
With what?
Clevis cotter pin.
All
It's
you
the
gotta
same
do is
thing on
point,
the front.
yeah, same front, same one back there. All
Except
you
on the
gotta
front
do
we
is
don't
point.
have a slack
Said
adjuster.
here, I got it right. You don't say it back there.
Right, in front on these trucks, these new trucks, they got the brake lining that onto the,
Drum.
not the drum, but yes, the disc. The disc. Yes. That's the only difference. That's the only difference, man. Okay, we got disc brakes. These are
Drum brakes.
drum.
They may gave us an old trailer that has drums on it versus discs.
No, we don't have.
We don't have any discs on the trailer.
Okay, no
Yet.
discs on the trailer.
They're
Okay.
coming, but not yet.
Okay.
Same thing with these. They're coming, but not yet. All right. So then I'm going to go on to part C.
C.
Up top up there, I got my clearance light.
Clearance lights.
Mounted and
Secure.
with
Screws.
to what? The frame.
To the frame.
What color are they?
Amber.
Are they reflective?
Yes.
The lens should not be,
Cracked
broken,
or
or
missing.
No condensation.
condensation.
which means that my
Light bulb is working.
Should be working.
Then I'm going to tell them about that front. What is that?
Header board.
Header board.
Now, guys, when we're making our turns and we tell you this, where's my header board? Corner on my trailer.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Corner on my trailer. So when I'm turning to the right,
I can't hear him.
I'm gonna have about this much of my trailer sticking out. Okay, because my truck will be over this way. This will be sticking out. If there's a truck sitting here and make you wait and make a turn, you could hit him with that, or take out his mirror with that. Or when we made our turns yesterday, you see how close we came to the cars that were parked there with the header board making that left. That's what we got, a quick glance right back to my trailer tires. Just a quick glance. Am I gonna hit? No, we're good. Back over here. Okay. All right. So header board is mounted and
Secure.
I have no what kind of damage.
Holes, dents, all the rivets are there.
Hold the load.
And
It can hold the
cargo
load.
in
Hold the
place.
cargo.
Do I have to repeat on the
No.
apron or kingpin?
No.
No.
No,
I already
You
told
should
you.
already
say that
covered
the
that.
apron is smooth.
No,
ain't gotta
okay.
tell me about it. No, I already told him it's not bent, broke,
Because
cracked,
it's gonna
missing
be
parts, no
connected
illegal
to
welds.
gaps.
Yep,
Okay.
and I told him everything like that.
Okay.
Yep. Then I'm gonna stand to the side here. What is this?
DOT
reflector
reflecting tape.
It is present.
Present.
Right. Good.
Over 50%
Over 50% of.
Oh yeah, he just.
What is this?
Crossing arms.
Can I just stand here and tell you about these?
What are they called?
Crossing arms.
Cross members.
Cross members.
members.
So now I gotta get down here and look at all my cross members. Go with that. All my cross members are mounted and
Secured.
Sometimes with
Bolts and
Bolts
rivets.
and
Sometimes with
Bolts and
mostly with
All of them are made of what?
Metal.
Here we go again. Now what?
bent, broke, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
Have no
Holes
They
that
go all the way through.
go all the way through.
Good. What's this?
Landing gear.
This is my bracket.
Bracket.
Attached to the frame. These are my
Landing gear legs.
And my feet.
lead or platform.
These are
These are my
Cross members.
cross members, and this is my
Crank arm.
arm. All of them are mounted securely with
Bolts and nuts.
nuts and bolts, and I'm pointing all the ones I can see. Metal, once again, should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
Good. Anything else?
The crank arm is secure.
Yeah, you can tell them that if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. All right, come on back. What's this?
marker light, turn signal,
four-way flasher.
Four-way flasher.
Mounted and
Secure.
to the
To the bracket.
with screws.
Screws.
What color is it?
Amber.
Is it reflective?
Yes.
Lens is not.
Cracked or broken or missing.
And you don't know these people, man. Hold on one second. Sergeant Richards, Fraud Department, may I help you? You don't want to talk to me.
Wonderful.
Like you said, just like the ones on the front, right? Not. It's amber.
Amber in
Amber
color.
color, not
Reflective,
broken,
not
not cracked,
missing.
no condensation, light bulb is working.
Working.
Same thing I've been repeating, guys. Same thing. Come on back. Then I tell them about my airlines. Some the same as them ones right there, right? Airlines. Airlines are mounted and they're
Secure.
Okay. How many inches off the ground?
18.
Okay. What runs through that line?
Air.
So no of
Braces, bulges, cuts, loops.
good. Now this is my release one.
Pin.
Pin.
Kind of like my release arm on my fifth wheel, right? Except for it's not a release arm, it's a
Release pin.
It's air ride. It's air ride. So it controls these lock pins here and here that slide along my slide rail. Okay, it's attached to the frame. All of them are made of what?
Metal.
Should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
It's really hard, ain't it? Okay, everybody, remember at the end of this educational thing, that'll cost you each $50. All right. So, do I want to tell them about the front,
Back.
or axle?
rear axle.
Rear axle.
Come on
It's
back.
easy.
Why is it the rear one I want to tell them about?
Because it's easier to get to.
I can see everything from the back instead of having to get up underneath on my back and have to pointing at all that stuff. So come on under there, everybody. Come on under there. So now we're going to really experience what it's really like. Come on under there. Come on, everybody, get up under there.
Get your butt under there.
Even if you're over 8, you still got to get up under there.
I will.
Okay, yeah, this is the part I hate the most, guys. This truly is. Okay, but we do got to get up under here so we know where everything is. So, I'm going to talk about my. Up here's my shock absorber mounted to the frame with
Nuts and bolts.
top and
Bottom.
This is my
Airbag.
Airbag.
mounted with nuts and bolts, top and bottom. Good. Metal should not be what?
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, no illegal welds.
You guys see any leaf springs?
No.
Because it's airbag.
U-bolts?
No, because it's air ride.
No. Yes, exactly. Air ride. So, that shock absorber should not be what?
Leaking.
Damaged and or leaking. Can we have metal to metal?
No.
So in between we got our what?
Bushings.
Point out the bushings. Yeah. Rubber should not be what?
Worn,
Torn.
missing.
What's inside that?
Air.
So no
Abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks.
Then I'm gonna talk about my brake chamber.
Chamber.
Mounted securely with
Bolts and you do
nuts and bolts plus the 2
C
clamps. Okay. Metal should not be what?
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or illegal welds.
And then what's inside that chamber?
Air.
So I should
No
have
leaks.
no damage and or leaks.
Damage or leaks.
How does the air get from place to place?
Hoses.
Brake lines or brake hoses at each end at the coupling is tight, and I should have no
No
leaks.
What travels through that line?
Air.
So no
Abrasion, bulges, cuts,
or
or elbow leaks.
what is this part right here?
That's your slack adjuster.
Yes, slack adjuster is attached to the
Push
Push
rod.
rod.
with
The
And
clevis.
clevis
Clevis
and
pin
cotter
and
pin.
cotter pin.
all of them parts are made of
Metal.
Here, grab that end. Rub.
He's got gloves on.
Yeah. So should not be what again?
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no legal welds.
When set, my slack adjuster sits at a
90-degree angle.
When released, I have no more than
1 inch play.
on the
Push
push
rod.
rod. Good. Then I'm going to work my way out. Still related to the same thing I'm talking about. What's the
Brake lining.
Brake lining should not be worn.
Dangerously thin.
The pads themselves should not be
Cracked, broken, or
missing.
missing.
good. What should not be in between them?
Debris. Gravel.
Water,
Grease,
oil.
oil, gravel,
Oil
garbage,
or gravel
gravel.
in between it and that brake
drum,
drum. What is the drum made of?
Metal.
Should not be
bent, broken, cracked, missing, or no legal welds.
good. And no
No break.
No-
No leaks.
No leaks.
on a
No.
brake drum?
Oh, no, break.
No.
Ta-da!
No.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say debris.
All right. So once we're done with that, I'm going to go to my rim.
Rims.
Got the inner bead. In between
Inner
my
bead.
bud spacing, my outer bead, and my rims, they're all made of what?
Metal.
Should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no legal welds.
And no leaks.
No leaks.
Yep. All right, then I'm going to go to my tire. Got the inside wall, tops of my tires, in between my bud spacing, my outer wall. What are they holding inside?
Air.
So no
Abrasions, bulges, or cuts,
or
or
elbow leaks.
Tops of my tires should have even
Wear.
no
Wear.
less than
230 seconds.
inflation is,
100 PSI or
manufacturer
specification.
and I check them with
PSI,
what?
not PCI.
Air gauge at the
On the
valve
what?
stem.
Valve
The
stems.
valve stem should
That are not
not be.
made of what?
Metal.
They're not made of?
They
They're
are
made
made
of
of
metal.
So they should not be.
bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no legal welds.
Cap is on,
Tight.
and I have no
Air
air.
leaks.
What should not be stuck in between my what?
Any
And
debris.
bud spacing, no debris.
What'd you call it?
Bud.
Bud
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 spacing.
space.
Yes.
I said bud. I said bud.
Okay.
I thought he said butt
No.
myself. So
I said bud.
here we go again with the shit. All right, so, and then both of my rims should be
Flush.
What is this
Space
thing here?
Mud flap.
Mounted to the bracket with,
Nuts and
Nuts and
bolts.
bolts.
got the proper,
With.
With and height.
not touching.
And that's
Tires
just
on the
tire
ground.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Here, take this off my hands real quick. Watch out for all them wonderful go-aheads. I'm from Nevada, we get that shit all the fucking time. Go-aheads, motherfucker. On my ass. Like, I couldn't really sit on my knees because my knees weren't letting me.
I'm recording.
On time.
Oh, come on over here. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so when I get over here,
Here,
I already
EJ.
told him about the rim, but what is that rim attached to?
Axle.
Axle.
Axle with what?
Lug nut.
Nuts and bolts.
And I'm pointing at all of them. They're all present and tight. Metal should not be.
Bent,
broken, cracked,
missing, or no illegal welds.
And if they're untight, I should. How do I know if they're tight? How?
They're not shiny threads.
Shiny threads and no
Yep,
streaks.
shiny threads and no
Streaks.
streaks. What is this right here?
Hub seal. Axle seal.
Axle seal. Mounted securely with
Nuts and
metal should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, or welds.
And if they're untight, I should see no
leaks.
No leaks. All right. As you see, all of these things right here are where your axle should be centered. So the rear axle here, you can bring this to right here, so it would be centered right here. That would be legal for you to go into California. Okay?
So we've been
If it's beyond that, that's where you're illegal, and they can get Canon will give you tickets for being over length.
That's just in California, right?
California and Indiana, they say, but Indiana don't mess with you really. And as long as you're legally, your weight's legal, they don't mess with you too much.
So we've been driving around our axles in the wrong spot this whole time?
No, We can go up all the way.
Yeah, you can go
We just can't.
back.
This can't go past this.
Okay.
Okay. But actually, here in Utah and in Wyoming, these things can be all the way to the back there. They don't care. They don't care. But guess what? As long as you're going to deliver in Utah or Wyoming, you're fine. But if you're going to go anywhere else, they're going to make your bad boys slide back where they belong. They're going to give you a nice ticket for being over length, then overweight, then fix the weight.
Nevada doesn't care, do they?
There's another one that kind of doesn't mess with you too much, depending on who you get there. Sometimes some of the rookie cops that just starting, yeah, they'll mess with you.
Go getters.
Well, it's practice for them.
All right, so once I'm done here, I'm going to go to this thing. What is this?
Door
Door latch. Yes, mounted to the frame with or rivets. Metal should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
Good. What is this thing right here?
ABS light.
Should be mounted and
Secure.
What color is it?
Amber.
Reflective?
Yes.
Then should not be.
Cracked, broken, missing,
No condensation.
Which means that my light bulb should be
working.
What is this?
Marker light.
Mounted and
Secure.
Color?
Red.
Reflective?
Yes.
Lens should not be.
Cracked, broken, and missing.
No one
No
condensation.
condensation.
Which means that my light bulb should be.
Working.
Why is that red when the rest of them are amber?
That way you can see where your trailer is at night.
Especially at night, yes. All right, moving on to the back. Up above, I got my clearance lights. Clearance lights should be mounted and secure. What color are they?
Red.
Are they reflective?
Yes.
Lens should not be.
Cracked,
broken, or missing, no
condensation.
Which means that my light bulb should work. Then, right there up top of my two door latch, that are attached to my door bolts, door handles, door latch, and my ties. Doors are attached to the frame with hinges. Then
Nuts and bolts.
yes, all of them parts I just mentioned to you are made of
Metal.
should not be.
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
What about my door?
Door should
No,
not have
No
missing
dents,
ribbons,
no holes,
no
no
holes,
missing ribbons.
And should be able to hold the load.
and be able to hold your cargo.
Be
Good.
able to hold
This and this is my.
DOT.
Present.
It is present. This there will be on. There will be flashing. So this one, and this one are my
Tail lights.
tail lights. These two that are flashing are also my
Turn signals, forward
flashers.
That means that these two must be my
And brake lights.
brake lights. They should be mounted and
Secure.
Color.
Red.
Reflective?
Yes.
Lens is not.
Broken, cracked, missing,
No condensation inside.
which means the bulb is working.
Good. Yes.
DOT bar.
It is mounted securely with
Welds.
Okay, on this one. Not all of them are. Some will have bolts and nuts. You got to tell them what it is. Metal should not be
Bent, broken, cracked, missing, and no illegal welds.
good. What is this?
License plate.
Should be clean
And
not
secure.
securely.
Mounted security and the light.
And the light should be lit.
Yeah, should be lit up. Lens not broken, cracked, no condensation, light bulbs working. Okay, during the test we told you we won't inspect things down the driver's side unless there is something unique to the other side. So in this case here, I would just look over here. I don't see no white right turn signal, so it's complete like that. Okay? Now as you guys seen, all we did is repeat, all the same thing over and over again, huh? It's not that hard, okay? When I test people, if I was to finish with you yesterday and then you were going to be my first one, if I ended with C, then you would be D. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, depends on where you fall and who you fall with. Most of the times, I'll be honest with you, these guys, the test, they're lazy. They don't want to do the full D. So they'll skip D, so you're either going to get A, B, or C. Once in a while, you'll get somebody that'll say, you got to perform D. If it's like Jerry, he's up to the book. So is Hector. But the rest of them, they're just going to tell you. All I'm going to do if I come to get you, I'm going to call your name. I'm going to ask you for your medical card, your permit. I'll take a look at them, match them with my paperwork. Okay? Have you been studying? Okay? And then if you tell me yes, I'm going to say, okay, here's what I don't want to hear during the test. Properly mounted secure. That's all you tell me. Dad, don't tell me crap. What's it mounted to, with what, and what are you expecting? Okay? Then I'm going to say, you ready to go? I'm gonna walk you out to the truck. If you got part A, I'm gonna say, okay, turn on your headlights, turn on your four-way flashers, high beams, come on out. And that's all I gotta say. Now I'm just gonna stand there with that and watch you go. You get what you tell me properly, you're gonna see my hand do this number. If he's not doing this number, that means you haven't told him something he needs to hear.
Yeah.
So when I go to that brake chamber or whatever part I'm talking about, I'm gonna stick right there until I know that I've really said everything about it. 'Cause if you were testing me, I would tell you, okay, that's my brake chamber right there. It's mounted security with bolts and nuts. I'm kind of watching your hands over there, and you ain't giving me that mark yet. Run it to the frame. Now, bent, broke, cracked, missing parts, no illegal welds. Do them.
No
Move on.
leaks.
Go to the next thing.
And no leaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you're not telling him everything he needs to hear, he won't.
Yeah, he's just sitting there.
Okay?
Yeah, so you need.
And then
So
he's
you.
just gonna follow you around. So if you leave that spot, he's just gonna
He'll
follow
leave.
you, go to the next thing, and that's all he's gonna do. Just
You
follow
just
you
see him
wherever you
mark.
go. But I can't say another thing. I can't say no more until you can tell me this completes the test. Once you tell me them words, I'm gonna add up whatever points you may have missed and then tell you you either pass or you fail. If you pass the pre-trip, which is the first thing you gotta pass, then you move on to the backing. Once you do the backing maneuver, if you do everything right there, then you go on to the road. Everything has to be done within 2.5 hours. Okay? Plenty of time, as long as you've been practicing. That's the key word, practice. Practice,
On the backing,
practice.
on the backing they make you do one of each? The straight, the
You guys, like
offset,
today, you
and
guys
the
are gonna learn
parallel?
the straight line. Tomorrow, you guys are gonna learn the offset, the parallel. I'm sorry, offset, and then the parallel. Okay? It's all easy, guys.
Yeah.
Just all that. Like, once again, practice, practice, practice. See, this is why we told you guys, like Tuesday, practice as much as you can right now, because now this afternoon, after you guys get through with lunch, you guys are going to go back to the room where you guys went to in the mornings. You're going to meet all the backing instructors. Then you're going to start learning how to back. So now my brain switches to another gear. Now I got to sit there and think about backing. Hopefully I learned all the pre-trip, end cab, and everything in between. But in the afternoon, you won't be able to practice the backing because they can't leave keys. So then that gives me the time to come out and do the pre-trip and end cab again. Practice as much as you can, guys. As much as you can. Stay out here till late at night. If you ain't coming out here and practicing, that's on you, man. That's on you.
When you go and get in with the instructor for backing, do you got to go over the end cap pre-trip? You got to
No.
say all that? No.
No, all they're gonna teach you now is the backing.
There's the backing. Okay.
That's it. Okay. And then Monday, usually the Monday or Tuesday they start testing you, but you guys it's gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, we're different.
So you better be ready by Tuesday or Wednesday because it's gonna be for real. Okay?
And
Monday I'm gonna take my students back out. Like I said, come out to the truck. We're gonna go out and roll out. I'm gonna give you guys some more drive time before we test you. Okay? In the morning, I'm just gonna let you run, give you lefts, give you rights, give you lefts, give you rights. Then in the afternoon after lunch, I'm gonna say, okay, now it's the final. Show me what you got. All I'm gonna say is turn right, turn left. Yeah, I don't care if you just barely got into the seat and you pulled up to this stop sign right here. If I'm the front end of the truck and you go past that stop sign without a complete stop, I'm just gonna tell you pull over to the side. You're done. Next, get into the seat. You do something that you screw up, I'm just gonna tell you pull over to the side. Next, get into the seat.
so it can be a long trip or a success or a short trip because everybody fails.
You'll either have 20 minutes of drive or you're gonna have one second or
Right.
5 minutes,
Right.
depending on where you screw up.
Right.
But once again, what consists of a fail? If I go past a
Stop sign.
If I go past the stop
if I
sign,
hit a,
if I hit a curb,
or if I cut somebody,
ready, off. Right.
If somebody just passes you because they're done waiting for you, that's just a point.
I would just tell you you're impeding trappic.
Right.
Let's move.
Move and
but
get up
that
to-
is
get up
one
to
point.
speed.
Because a cop can give you a ticket for that, right?
Okay.
So I can fail you for that as well.
Okay.
Or if you go through an intersection, 3 intersections, and all you do is this.
Right.
There's
You know
one
what?
intersection, I'm not gonna say nothing. Second intersection, you didn't do nothing, I'm not gonna say nothing. When you go
check,
through
check,
that
check.
third one completely, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
tell you, pull over to the side.
So you
what
go-
I do wrong? you're unsafe. You're not watching what's going on.
Go through intersections and you get, say, mirror check 1 and 3, not 2, or check 1 and 2 and not 3.
I'm just taking a point each time.
Okay.
And if it adds up to 30 points for everything you've done, not only just your mirror checks,
Right.
but also everything
Calling out
else, turning
signs.
with one hand,
Right.
letting go of the steering wheel, improper steering, I'm taking points away for all of that stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
And once, like I said, once you go through that intersection and you don't say a word, and I see you look, okay? Then you do that second one, cool. Then that third one, all right, but you ain't said a word. I'm going to ask you, what color car was that sitting on the right? If I see you having to look in the mirror, I'm giving you all 3 points because you were just pretending.
Right, you really didn't look.
If
You
I'm
just
coming
turned.
up and this car is sitting right there, brown car on my right, you told me already. I'm not going to ask you a word. You already told me what was there. So if I was you, that's what I learned to do. Talk. Talk so much that they tell you,
Shut up.
okay, gotcha, man.
The last time we were driving and Tandy said, I'm glad you're getting this out of your system before the test. Because I wanted her to shut up, because she talks the whole time. So I'm driving, I'm just blah, 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 blah. It's just like, well, you're getting it out of your system now.
But we need you guys to talk about the proper things.
Yep.
What are we?
Oh, I was.
Street signs?
Yep. Street
People,
signs.
guys, or people walking by the
Street
buildings?
signs, hazards,
Cars
people
behind me,
walking,
cars
check,
in front?
check, trailer clears. And I was doing the whole
Oil
nine
pressure,
yards.
air pressure,
Oh, I could add that.
all of that stuff.
I can add that.
Oh, that's part of your driving.
Yeah.
Question. When we get to the backing, just because some information kept coming to me, for straight line backing, you're allowed one go. Get out and look.
For straight line?
For straight line, you're allowed one time, and then for offset and parallel, you're allowed two. Before you hit that horn saying you're done.
Yep.
Okay.
So when we test you guys and we will explain everything, all the rules to you, read you the rules to you for each backing maneuver, straight line. You're only allowed one get out and look.
Right.
Understand that?
Okay.
Good. And then for the offset, I'm going to tell you, you have 2 free get out and looks.
Right.
Okay. You get out anymore, you get out a third time, or even open that door, I'm going to fail you right there.
Right.
It's going to tell you, set the brakes, you're done. Go
Right.
report to the DRC and tell them to reschedule.
Right.
Okay. Even if you lean out that window to look, that's considered a get out and look.
Really?
Yes. So
Your mirrors
Guys-
is all you can use. Those are your eyes.
when I want to make sure, I see a lot of guys doing this stuff where they try to get their wheels straight. Turn the wheel all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Once it stops, center the wheel. 1, 2. Wheels are straight.
There's a straight.
Doesn't matter if you go
1.
to the left or to the right. Center the wheel like you're driving so you can see the instrument panel through that big hole right here, right?
So
1,
2, and you're
straight.
back straight. Okay.
That way you ain't gotta.
And then with your hood convex though, you should be able to see the convex mirrors on the hood.
You won't be able to see your steer tires.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you can if they're all the way in one direction, or at least from my height.
If they're crooked.
They would have to be facing
Yeah.
down more or less and way out.
But you'll be able to see from the trailer if you're inside the yellow line.
Inside the truck and trailer where you're sitting, yeah.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
lines on both sides.
Right. So I see that, and then
For
most,
either maneuver that you're gonna do, make sure line here, right?
Right.
Make sure you're even on both sides. If I'm too close to one side, it's gonna throw my maneuver off. Either side. Make sure you're staying when you do your pull-up. Make sure you look in both mirrors that you're staying even in your lane.
Is there
any of the maneuvers?
There's different times to get that maneuver done for each backing?
Well, with so many people, they give you guys each 15 minutes to practice that maneuver.
Okay.
You got 15 minutes per, then the next person will get in, the next person. Just wait in line, guys. No matter
Okay.
how long it takes.
Right,
wait
right,
in
right.
your line. Stay in your line, man.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, make sure the other person ain't taking too long and trying to hog all the time. Just tell him, hey, dude, we all got to practice too. Come on.
Right.
Move on out.
Right.
If he tries to be rude, talk to it'll be Aaron.
Right.
Aaron will go over and tell the person, get out of that seat next.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
Be fair with each other.
Right.
We're all paying for this. Help each other.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Thank you.
More than welcome.
That's okay.